And now an important message from the Wakefield Independence Day Parade Committee new chairman, Patrick Sullivan. Here's your host, Tom Stapleton.
Hello, I'm Tom Stapleton, Executive Director of WCAT, and today we have a couple of people here that are going to be doing something very special in Wakefield. As you all know, the Wakefield Parade was not a parade as of last year. Well, we've had somebody come on board here, a young fella named Pat Sullivan, and he decided to take this job on and become the sole person to get this off the ground again. And they expect to have things underway in 2015 for a new parade. So Pat, I'd like to introduce you, and also Steve Daly. So Pat's right. Steve Daly is a past co-chair for the WIDC, is that it?
Yes.
WIDC, which stands for Wakefield Independent Day Committee. Okay. And apparently Steve is going to give his knowledge to Patrick as much as he can, but Patrick is going to be running the show, and he's going to draw upon a lot of the help from the past.
Definitely.
So tell me, Pat, I just have to ask you, what in the world did you thinking of when you decided to take this job? I have to hear about this.
Well, I've been, ever since I can remember, I'd always gone to the parade as a kid. And I'd go and I'd watch with my family, and then as I got older, I decided I wanted to be one of those sign carriers in the parade. And I saw the ad that was in the Daily Item, and I would call up and get my name on the sign-up list, and I would get to hold the sign in the parade, and I'd get to walk through the whole parade route, and I really enjoyed that, and kind of got me the first glimpse of how many people exactly came to see the parade, because you're walking through the whole thing. And eventually I upgraded from sign carrier to poop scooper and followed the horses around for the parade route. And once I retired from doing that, I went back to watching the parade, and by that point I was in high school, and I really got to appreciate some of the groups that were in the parade from all over the country. And unfortunately I wasn't here in Wakefield the last year they had the parade. I'd gone out to Washington, D.C. And when I had come back and I had heard that the parade was gone, I was upset by that, and figured, someone's going to bring the parade back, and I think that's what a lot of people in Wakefield figured. Someone will step up, someone will fill in, and unfortunately no one did right away. And I'd hate to see this go away for 10, 15 years and have it always be a question as to whether it's going to come back or not. So I talked to a couple people. I talked to Steve back in August the first time, and talked to Tom Doran, the other co-chair, and decided this past January to get the ball rolling, and here we are.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, I know for myself, when I heard about it, it was something that I said, oh, this is great, because as you know, we've done a lot of recording of all the parades over the past year, and it's a great time for us. We really enjoy it, and then putting it on for everybody to see. So I'm thrilled about it. But I'm really excited that you've incorporated people who have done this parade for the, say, past 20 years or so, like Steve is involved, and get the help from them. How did you recruit people? How did you come up with a crew?
Well, some of that was a difficult process to do, because it was going through, because throughout my conversation with Steve and Tom, I got the impression, and very accurate impression, that it's a big time commitment to make, and there's a lot of work and effort that goes into putting on a parade like this. And so you need to make sure that you have people that are going to be dedicated to it, and that are going to, you give them a task to do, and they do it, and everyone's fully invested in what you're doing. And luckily for me, I was in the Boy Scout Troop 701 here in Wakefield for 8 years, and became an Eagle Scout through them. And throughout my journey along that, I got to meet a lot of people in the Boy Scout troop that were very helpful and influential on me, and who I had gotten to become close with, and who were able to really, they stepped up when I asked them, is this something you want to be a part of? And Rick Robinson's one example of that, who's now a member of our board of directors. He was a scoutmaster in the troop, and he was like, absolutely, I would love to do that, and I think that's a great thing. And another example would be our secretary now, and our clerk, Marietta Schwartz, who is she's the associate dean of the College of Science and Mathematics at UMass Boston, who is absolutely phenomenal at record keeping and note taking, and has everything down to a science with that. And it was kind of a collection of going through the different people that I had met in the past through Boy Scouts and just through other aspects of volunteering in the past, and eventually we were able to put together a committee, and which was made a lot easier with getting help from Steve and Tom and Cindy Schatz, Jake McKay. Everybody from the prior committee was really helpful in that process.
It's sort of like new leadership with the help of the old.
Yes.
And Steve, speaking of the old, no offense.
I am old.
How did you feel when Pat came to you and asked you for help with this project that he wanted to do?
Well, it was really nice to be able to continue the WIDC, and hopefully he will change some things, and hopefully he will not change some things, but he'll decide that. But we were excited because it would have been a shame to end everything, and we had put it off for a year plus, and it was good that we were able to continue.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about, with the parade being like it was for so many years, and then not being around for 1 year or so, would you lose a lot of those, the people who would come to the parade, the different bands and so on? Like, will they come back? Is that something that you have thought about?
It's something that we've looked into a little bit, and some of those bands have found other places to go. But the great thing about the Wakefield Parade was all of the participants that were in the Wakefield Parade loved the Wakefield Parade, which was great because they loved the parade route, they loved the layout of it. There wasn't too many turns in it. It was a fairly straight route, whereas some other parades it's like a snake. It just kind of goes back and forth, and so they really liked that about the Wakefield Parade. It wasn't too long of a parade route, and they really enjoyed that, and they were always treated very well when they came to Wakefield. So I think that and the crowds and the crowd loved them. And they really enjoyed that. So I think we'll get a lot of them back, and it might take a little bit of publicity and everything, but I think eventually we'll get a lot of those groups back, and we'll get some new groups as well.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's the way it should go. But Steve, I do want to ask you, what's your part going to be as far as helping out Pat?
Whatever he asks, I will do. I really don't want to do heavy lifting, but I'm happy to give him the benefit of what I have learned and the other committee members, because remember, this really is a committee event. It's not it's not a chairperson event. Right. It really takes a lot of people to do this, and he'll have a lot of resource to draw from. So, and he'll make up his own mind about any changes he wants to make.
Right. Yeah.
It's like going to the library. If I ever need anything, I just call up Tom, call up Steve, and
that's a great asset to have. It really is. I mean, if I were in your position and I had people who have done this parade for so many years, that it's really encouraging to know that I can probably get an answer to something. So
exactly. That's
great that you're working together. It's like I said, a new regime, but with the old help. That's great. It's going to be great. I want to ask you about the parade, the carnival that's coming up.
Yes.
And I realize that that some of the funds that are collected from the carnival go to the parade to help finance that. And the reason I say that is because I don't know if people are aware of that, but the more they go to the parade, the carnival, the more money that can be available for the parade.
Yes.
So it's good to get that out there, Go buy a couple of hot dogs or something, but that's good. But my question is, now, as we know, the new Galvin will be built out, not this year, but next year. Where will the parade go after 2015, or in 2015?
The carnival?
I'm sorry, the carnival, yeah.
We're looking into that at the moment. I've been in some conversations with Steve Mayo, and we're trying to look around.
You don't mention any sites yet.
We don't have any sites
We don't
really
wanna
in
go
mind.
there.
We're tossing ideas around
Yeah.
as to where we might be able to look into and people we
Yeah.
might be able to talk to. It's kind of up in the air right now. We're hoping to be able to have a carnival in 2015 because
Yeah,
it's a great fundraiser for
Yeah,
us, and
right.
we'd really be sad to lose it.
Yeah.
It's just finding a parking lot that's going to be large enough to be able to do that doesn't have those islands in the middle of it,
Right.
which is the really difficult part.
Well, you've got a year to figure that out.
We do.
So that's good, and you got some good help to the right of you too that'll help you with that decision. Now let's see. There was a couple of things. The morning is taken up by. Let me look at my notes here. The West Side Social Club. Okay, they do the AM events or activities, which is the kids, the bicycle things, the fishing derby, the canoe race, and then in the afternoon, I think they have something going on in the afternoon too.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
I don't
I
know
know they.
exactly,
I'm not
yeah.
sure when they start their concerts that they do.
Yeah.
They do have concerts. I know those are in the evening. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if those are in the afternoon as well.
In the evening, they have. I know they have a concert in the evening.
Yes.
They have a group there, and then of course the fireworks, which draws a
Huge crowd of people.
huge crowd. I mean, it's just amazing what that crowd does. So, a lot of recognition should go out to those people for all the work they do.
The West Side does an incredible job
Yeah.
on the 4th. They do. They're there all day long.
Yeah.
They do a great job with all the children's events, and even last year when we didn't hold a parade, they did a great job
They
at
did,
the
yeah.
Common.
Mhm.
They did the kids races. The kids bikes look phenomenal. They have the bike decorating contest, and they do the fireworks at night. And the fireworks display, I've always thought that Wakefield had one of the best fireworks displays around. They do a great job for that. I know a lot of work goes into everything that they do, and they deserve a lot of credit for that.
They really do, and it's good to realize everybody's working together here and,
Exactly.
for a common cause.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Is there anything that you'd like to say about maybe a fundraiser outside of the carnival that you'd like to talk about? Do you have anything in mind?
We're doing a couple things right now as we're starting to get on our feet here. As we do have the carnival, that's going to be school vacation week from Tuesday the 22nd through Saturday the 26th at the Galvin Middle School. We also have these wristbands that I'm actually wearing right now that say "I love the parade," Wakefield, Massachusetts on them. And the wristbands was an idea that somebody had mentioned on our committee, is to kind of show support for the parade. People can wear them and show their support, which is great. And we also have we're also in the process of planning a spaghetti dinner for the 18th of May over at the First Parish Congregational Church to help kind of get people together, get them to meet the new committee, and to get some support that way as well for a fundraiser. So that's what we're in. We're also brainstorming. We have a fundraising subcommittee that's forming at the moment that's going to come up with some fundraisers for the summer that we'll be sure to have made public on either our Facebook page or on our website, as well as in the item as well.
Yeah. Sounds great. Sounds like you've got your ducks in line there and you're moving along.
Certainly.
That is great. Anything that you'd like to add, Steve, at all?
Well, there are other fundraisers
Yeah.
that we hope that we continue with. One is the MLD mailing, which we didn't do this year, but we hope would be nice to do next year. That was, it's a very good return for the effort, as well as a business solicitation. Patrick was a sign carrier, and the signs meaning the advertisers that donated money got their name in the parade and mentioned. So we're hoping that would be good to do that too, because again, that was very good return for effort. And make no mistake, both of those take a lot of effort to do, but they're well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I'm just reaching back here, Pat. Are you going to have, well, they used to have a person they dedicated the parade to every year, one special person.
Yes, a Grand Marshal.
Yeah,
Yep.
are you going that route at all?
I believe we're going that route.
I'm
We
not putting you on
haven't-
the spot, you know.
We haven't had too much conversation about that really at the
yeah.
moment, just because we're trying to make sure that we can have a parade first and
Right,
that we
right.
have the necessary funds to do that. But I don't see any reason for us to differ from the past of having a grand
Yeah.
marshal for the parade or anything like that.
Yeah.
Certainly, that's definitely in the cards for next year.
I think it's just great. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. I just have a great feeling that the town of Wakefield will be right behind you and get some new blood in there and get this
Definitely.
going. And you just took the ball and you're running with it, and I'm thrilled. I'm
And
just thrilled.
We've had great public support so far with
Yes.
the parade and everything. We started up our own Facebook page for the 4th of July parade on
Mhm.
Facebook, and we've already had up to like 1,200 likes on our Facebook page so far, and
Yeah.
which is actually, we just passed the National Independence Day parade in D.C.
Really?
with Facebook likes, which is great.
Mhm.
And our website is now still a little bit in the construction phase, but we have some stuff up and running on our website, which is julyparade.org.
Uh-huh.
And we have a couple pictures. There's a link on there about our wristbands that we have, about the carnival, as well as if you want to help out and volunteer, things like that.
Sounds like you're on your way.
Definitely.
That's great. What's it going to be like when it becomes July 1st, 2015? I've seen the past people going, it's a lot of work. It's exciting, though. It really is.
It's very exciting.
Really, really.
I'm sure we'll be busy, especially
Yeah.
right near
Oh, yeah.
parade day, but
Parade day.
Oh, yeah.
it'll all be worth
Oh,
it in the
yeah.
end.
That's big time. No fooling there, but. Well, that's great. I think that if there's nothing else you want to cover, I think we're in pretty good shape here. I'd like to get this out to the people so they can see what's going on, or hear what's going on.
Certainly, and if anybody from the public is interested in helping out,
Yep,
more than welcome to check out our Facebook page, check out our website, and we'd love to hear from you. And the public support so far has been great, and I hope it really continues. And the business support has been great, and I'm hoping all that continues.
I'm sure it will. I really am. And we'll do everything we can to help you out.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just a pleasure, really.
Great.
Okay, well, thanks very much, Pat.
Well, thank
Good
you.
luck. And Steve, great to see you again.
Good to see you.
All right, then.
Thanks.
So there you go. 2015, Wakefield's coming back with a parade.